Hello everyone and welcome to the Not For Hire YouTube channel. Today we're back here with Jolly Green, and today hopefully we're going to be driving it. At least I hope so. Oh, and one thing I forgot. This is video 4 of this series. So if you can't really figure out what's going on here, go back and watch the other 3 videos. There's the first video is towing it home. Second video is pressure washing it and inspecting it. Third video is the starting it for the first time for 25 years in 25 years. So make sure you go watch those and then come back to this video. But yeah, all right, let's get to it. All right, got my the wheel all sanded down. Got all the rust off of it so you can actually read all the lettering on it. And now I'm gonna primer it and then paint it white. Woo, nice. Looks good. Now I'm gonna paint it white. Alright guys, got the wheel all painted up, got the S10, and we're gonna go get a tire mounted on it. Alright guys, here it is, the most expensive tire I've ever bought in my life, and I got a good one. Let's get it unloaded and we'll look at it. Alright. Actually gotta go up a little higher. Still gotta go up a little more. Beautiful. Alright. It looks a lot better. That's good. Now I feel a little safer working around this thing. That old tire was, especially that old split ring, I'm I'm good with that, working around that. And I'm going to go over the cost of the tire, and I'm going to go over the cost of everything at the end of this video, even the truck. So guys, stay tuned for that. All right, let's load up the get the S10 and go get some oil. All right, got back. I had to go rescue the S10, my grandfather's S10, but he blew a brake line. No big deal. Yep. So this is. Let me get this unstrapped. All right, I got Mobile Delvac transmission fluid, synthetic, 40 weight or 40. It's approved by Eaton for the transmission. So this was very, very, very expensive. It cost more than this, more than the S10 for this 5-gallon pail of transmission oil. Again, I'll go over all the costs at the end. Napa, they didn't have any more 5-gallon pails, which nobody did. So apparently this is a good time to change your oil. Everyone's doing it. But so I got 11 gallons, which is, that big can is 44 quarts. So I got 11 individual gallons. They gave me a deal on these. I don't know what you guys pay, but we'll go over that cost too. What else did I get? Oh, the only thing I didn't get yet is the rear end fluids. I'm still not very clear what kind of fluid I need yet, but we'll have it by the end of the video. And I got the FL777 filter, I believe. It's amazing. I went there last week, or when I got the other filters for the truck, and they couldn't find this. And today I just went in there, the same numbers, didn't say anything, and they found it. So, I guess that's cool. Let's see. Oh no, this looks just like the other filter. Hold on here. Oh, nope. It is different, so that's good. They're the same size, though. Interesting. The filters on the truck are not the same size. But these are two different part numbers, so I guess that's fine. Though the top is definitely different, so that's cool, I guess. First thing I'm going to do, switch the... I don't know if you can see that. It says raise there on the handle. And then when you flip it around, it says lower. So, can't screw it up. Okay, got the oil filters off, loose and one off. Came right off, which is nice. Alright, got the oil filter all primed up. Oh, this is the pre-filter or after filter? I can't remember which one it is, but this is not the primary one. This is the secondary one. So, the bypass filter, that's what this is. So, we'll put this on now. Alright, now I got the primary filled up. Put this one in. Alright, got the oil all filled up. Filters on there. And now you can really see the difference, you know, height wise, but you can see that this one only has 2 holes in it. This was the bypass filter. This one has multiple holes in it, so those must be the right ones, and they threaded on there with no problem, so I'm sure they're right. I just gotta write the dates on them now. But in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to the transmission fluid. It just takes a little over 3 gallons, for any of you that are curious, because I didn't know. It took quite a while to figure that out. But yep, a little more than 3 gallons. A little more water in there, but probably just settled. I don't feel any metal chunks or anything on there. Pretty sure it's a magnet. Perfect. That's good. Hey, same with the engine too. I forgot to mention that there was no chunks on it, no metal at all. So at least that I can see. Just finishing up now. Jacked up the front end a little bit to get it to lean this way. Make sure we get every bit out of there. Alright, while that's dripping, I'm gonna start doing this tank because I haven't done that yet. Look at all the water already. And we just checked this. I just drained the other end of the hose. When I did that tank, I pulled that hose down and it looked like just diesel fuel. But now that I'm disconnecting it here, that's a lot of water. You can see how it beads up on my hand that it's water. Wow. Just run it, right guys? Had a lot of people breaking my stones about draining the fuel out of these tanks. Hey, if you want it, come over here, I'll put it right in your truck. No problem. I want to see you do it. There it goes. That stuff stinks. It don't smell like diesel fuel at all. It smells like, I don't even know what. Bad diesel, I guess. Even though people say diesel doesn't go bad, but I don't know. Alright guys, I got one of these hand pumps. And I got our transmission fluid. And that's where it goes, right there. So I'm going to pump the oil in there. I couldn't think of any other better way to do it. I mean, other than getting a funnel and a hose and like dumping it in from up high. So I figured a hand pump's the best way. This stuff comes out to $3.75 a cup. So I really don't want to spill any. So I'm going to try to do this cleanest way I can. Alright. That worked perfect. It's just starting to run out. So, let's see, she's just about full. I'm going to give her a few more pumps, put the cap on. Alright, I'm moving to the first rear. Let's just see if there's any water in it. Just curious. Hopefully not. What? Uh-oh. That is not good. It must be just blocked up in there. Ugh, I can feel it, yeah. That is, that's pretty scary. Yeah, I can feel there's just like a ton of crap at the bottom. Oh, man. Look at that. Alright, there's no water, so that's a good start. I don't see any metal chunks on the plug, so it's definitely a magnet plug. Let's just put that back on for a second. I actually still gotta go buy oil. I just was curious. Wow, I wasn't gonna change it, just move the truck, but I'm definitely change it now. Just noticed that rear axle sensor, the wire's broken off of it, so I'm gonna have to change that to at the rear axle. Let's check this one. Ooh, at least this one started coming out. No big chunks. Just grease or sludge or whatever. So, same as the front. Glad I'm changing it now. That's all I know. And I'll probably change it again shortly because get all that sludge warmed up and try to get it out of there. Oh boy. Wanted to show you guys. I greased this whole front end and I checked the kingpins and everything. I put the bar in there and the wheel, and it doesn't move at all. I mean, you could tell this is the original tire, and there is no abnormal wear at all. So that is a big relief. There's no front end damage, so I mean, no. The kingpins are good and tight. One thing I did notice so far, I know this is for the ether, but you know we're not going to be using that. I'm actually going to try to find the original one of this, you know, another one of these, and put a can in it. And if it's not hooked up, at least it'll just be for looks. But I would like to put the original one back there, original style. Buddy really liked these blue connectors. I mean, they are everywhere. So gonna have to go through one by one and put the nice solder ones on. I have a whole assortment of them, so that's no big deal. Oh, and I gotta order this hose too. Almost forgot.
Christ almighty. You got it. Just pull yourself in with the wheel. Get your foot more in there, though. Yeah, it's a little tight, huh? They made it for skinny guys back then, I guess. What is it? Fatty ain't driving this rig. No. Oh, Christ. Can you see it now? Ain't not bad, huh?
Good shape, right?
Get used to this. This is nice for inner city. You know what I mean? Inner city. You got a lot of room to turn with this one compared to a long nose, you know? Holy Christ. Oh, yeah.
There's a good view of it. You guys can see the sludge. This side barely had any fuel in it. I filled up the little 5-gallon, or not even, I didn't even fill that up. And then I put a little bit in that one, and that's, I don't know, 5 gallons, not even in this side. So I mean, I drained out a little bit when I did the other side, but not nearly as much. That was like 30 gallons over there, but he was probably putting fuel just in that side, and it wasn't filling up over here or something. I don't know. No idea. But it's a good thing and a bad thing. At least now it was a lot easier to drain. Now I just got to clean it just like the other side. Alright, I got it pretty cleaned out. About the same as the other side. Gonna have to get some treatment for these tanks. I know it'll definitely be fine, but alright, that should be good for this tank. I think next step's gonna be just blowing out the lines. Oh, that's another. The inlet on this water separator is plugged completely. But it's plugged like there's something mechanical in there that's not working correctly. So what I'm going to do, I think I already did take this fitting off and I didn't see anything. So I'm actually going to take this whole thing apart. This is actually supposed to be clear also. And you can kind of see through it, but not really. So I'm going to take this housing off and then see if I can figure out where the blockage is. And then, I mean, I replaced all the O-rings and everything when I did the filter, but and then, oh, I do have to get this, the sending unit for the fuel gauge. I have to figure out what ohm resistance it is and replace that. Oh, I gotta order some, got a whole bunch of stuff. I gotta order a gas cap, or 2 fuel caps also. So I gotta add those to the list. I got a bunch of stuff coming already, but every time the YouTube check hits, it goes right back out, right on eBay for parts for this and stuff, so. Works out good. Alright. Well, tried taking off the bolts. I even heated them up. They just snapped right off like twigs. So, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Every time so far, they break off. Again. Every single one's done it so far. They wiggle. It'll wiggle in there, but it won't come out. So, I don't... This is tons of fun. Alright guys, it's the next day. I spent a couple more hours working on this thing, and the bolt ended up snapping on one more, and I just had enough of it. So I had to stop myself and think for a minute. And you can see I broke this ring too when I took this off. The truck pulls fuel through this filter, so if this filter ever has a leak or anything, it's just gonna, you know, stop the truck. It's not gonna pull fuel. So I decided that I already ordered it. I just ordered a brand new one. They're not expensive. It was like 70 bucks. And I'm just gonna throw this one away because it's just gonna cause me problems. And even if I get these bolts out, I'm never gonna trust this thing. So I just ordered the exact same thing. I think that's the best bet. Plus, none of this was going to go back together. I mean, I could have soldered these back on, but why bother for that kind of money? I spent probably 3 or 4 hours on this thing, and for no reason, really. If I knew it was that cheap at the beginning, I would have just ordered a new one, but because the other problem is too long. This is the other issue, is that, and this is after I cleaned it, it is just nasty in there. And that stuff's like all hard. I don't know what that is, but it does not come out. But this was kind of a self-inflicted issue here. I didn't realize the reason this thing was blocked is because there's a ball. It has a ball valve right here. And when this fills up with water, you can see the line. It was actually full of water in there. The ball will float up. So that way the engine won't suck in any of the water. Well, me, being a noob, didn't know that that was in there. So I started taking this off, thinking that, well, I'll take this off and clean it, thinking it was just dirty. I mean, it is. It's very dirty, but it was mainly because it was full of water. You can see the line. So that's the reason it wasn't working. All I had to do was take this end off, and the water would have came out, and it probably would have pulled fuel through. So this is my own stupidity to this. But like I said, ordered a new one. Lesson learned. I'll make sure I have a better understanding of how these things work next time. But you know, I'm just admitting my mistakes. A lot of people don't do that. But alright, now I gotta wait. Here's the other problem. This shows up. I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out on Wednesday. 31 years old, I'm just getting them taken out now. So this video takes a while to come out, you know why. But alright guys, on to the next thing. It's here. It also means it's Wednesday. It also means I'm going to get my wisdom teeth taken out right now. So at least I have this to look forward to when I start feeling better. Alright guys, got my trophies. My teeth are out, and it's pretty painful, but I'll survive. It's the next morning. I'm going to install the filter, which I'm actually glad I broke the other one because this is really nice. And, oh yeah, here's I forgot to show this. The little ball that goes in there. That's what is right here. This screws on to the end of the filter system. It came with these ends, but I'm not going to be using these. I'm going to use the old ends out of the old one. And I got a screen and a gasket for the top of the PT pump, or this goes in the pump. So I'm going to get this cab jacked up and start doing that. Very quickly, I'm going to address this strap here. A lot of people broke my stones because I put this strap there, and I don't understand why. They said, oh, it's supposed to fall forward. Yeah, but these cabs are only mounted on these little, I think, yeah, these are little aluminum blocks that hold this whole cab up with the piston. So, I mean, I know today's nice and calm, but on a big windy day, if say this cab was just leaning back a little and the wind caught it and shoved it forward, it could break these blocks right off. And people tell me they've seen it happen. So, I mean, I'm going to listen to the people with experience versus just idiots that come on here and just start running their mouth. But yeah, that's why I do that. Another thing quick. Everyone said, not everyone, a lot of people said this Cummins will never run away. It can never, ever run away. Well, I'm pretty sure any diesel can run away. I know the odds of it are pretty slim, and I know it's not a Detroit. I watched Bus Grease Monkey. I've seen what he does, and he does a really good job with Detroits and stuff from keeping them from running away. But it could absolutely happen. And you guys know that actually watched my videos all the way through that this turbo was stuck. And the seals could have been bad in it. We know nothing about this truck, know nothing about this engine really. And if the seals were bad in that turbo and it sucked it in, that's it. Goodbye engine. You know, I'll suck in the oil and it'll just run and run and run. Even if it didn't redline to the point where it explode, it would definitely suck all the oil out and burn the bearings up and everything. So, you guys that said it can't run away, it could absolutely run away. So, yeah. Anyways, we're moving on. Okay, get it mounted on there. Got pipe dope and some new O-rings on my on the fittings. Now this whole thing's loose, so I can adjust it with the hoses on, so they're not kinked up or bound up or anything like that. All right, all done, all in, all tight. Pretty nice. Next thing we're going to do is take this cap off here. I stuck an O-ring on there. You can see it's kind of lifted up a little just to get it to seal up because when I was troubleshooting the fuel system. So now I'm going to take this out and I'll show you why I'm going to replace the screen. Okay. Got the new filter, or the new screen and the old screen. And you can see, I have to zoom in here. Big old tear in that screen. Now I noticed this when I first when I was starting this truck up. I did notice that little tear. That's probably how the blockage happened in the pump in the first place. So, but nobody had these, of course, so I had to order it, and this is why I never actually ran this truck any more than I did, because I didn't want any more contaminants to get in there. So, got the new one, and I got the new gasket, so put it all back together. Alright, got my gasket on. There's a little spring that goes on top of that, and then just like that. Honestly, I really don't know what that is, but I just took it off because it's just easier to tighten that thing up. Oh, and if you're wondering why I haven't touched the radiator and stuff yet, that's going to be like a whole other episode. I'm going to change all the belts and the hoses and stuff like that. So there's actually nice bright green antifreeze in the radiator. So I'm not going to mess with it until it's time to change all the hoses. So I'm going to have to drain it all out anyway. So we'll do that in another episode. We'll just do like the cooling system and the belts. And then we're going to have some more of these blue connectors. Gonna chase some of these wires to see what's up with them, because I don't think they're supposed to be like that. And what else? But yeah, so that's coming up, coolant system stuff and all that. I'd really like to find a high flow system, but I don't think that's going to be in the budget right now anyways. But I am going to find one, because if these things are notorious for cooling problems, I'm going to have a problem. So might as well just start hunting the parts down and get that prepared for another video. But alright. Oh, that's it. I was gonna say, I have to make a new lead, or find out. I think this solenoid, the shutoff solenoid actually goes right here. This is the wire for it. So I'm going to see if this still works or figure out why it doesn't work anymore, and then put an end back on it and connect it back over there. And make it work off the key. So obviously I don't have to go down here and touch wires to get it to make it work. But yeah. All right. Oh, and I wrote down the date, initialed it, so we know when the filter was put in. Even though I'm probably gonna get like a little book for this truck because there's just like so much the maintenance on it. I did the other side. For what NFH means, it's not for hire. Think I'm gonna put my real initials on there? I'm not owning that screw up if anything happens. Alright. Guess I'll lower the cab. Alright, I was looking at this truck. I was trying to figure out what these 3 holes were for. And then I started looking at other pictures of these kinds of trucks, and this is what it was missing. Ooh, doggy, that looks sweet. Good old eBay. But, oh yeah, look at this. I was wondering why this truck was so rusty on this side. Oh, this whole entire side right here has been re-riveted. I don't think these steel rivets are factory, at least, because the other side of the truck isn't like that. Weird, right? So looks like this old girl had a little accident at one time, maybe a jackknifed or something, or maybe it's like that factory. I don't know, but yeah, that Freightliner badge makes it look so nice. Cool. Worth it. $100 for the pair. That's totally worth it to me, I think. Shipped, not even. I think it was $90 for the pair shipped to my door. So, good deal. Completes the truck on the outside, pretty much. I don't think it's really missing anything else. Oh, I still have to get an air cleaner, but, you know, the canister, but... And then I'm waiting for the rubber grommets for the grill that hold the grill on. Man, that's a good looking truck. I could stare at this thing all day long. Alright, enough of that. Let's get to driving. Alright, just got that 3 or 4 days of rain. And now I'm back working on the truck. I was going to drain this. You can see. It's nice, fairly clean oil. And I really want to flush these rears. So I mean, on this one, I'm definitely not, I think I'm just going to leave this one alone until I get it good and hot. And then I'll change it. The reason is, I mean, this Delvac for these rears is $200 for a 5-gallon pail. I hate that crap. And I hate to waste it. Just throw it in there just to change it again in 5 minutes. It's just, doesn't make money sense. So, I think I'm going to pass up on the rear because there really wasn't that much stuff in it, and it just came, you know, it pretty much flowed right out. And I'm just going to change the first rear because it has the power divider in it. And I think that's a little more important. So I think that's what I'm going to do first. And then I'll wait on this rear. And then I'll get the Delvac and do both of them as soon as I know they're good and flushed. I think that's a good plan. You guys will tell me down below if you think it's a good plan or not. But alright, let's get on that. Alright. Here's my plan. Heating up that rear axle as good as I can. And then I'll drain it out. So I'm trying to just heat the bottom just to get that sludge out, as much of that sludge out as I can. All right, that's the hottest I can get it. And it's been on there for a good 20 minutes. There's a lot of fluid in there, so it takes a lot to heat it up. Plus, it's only 50 degrees outside, so everything's cold. All right, let's see if it worked. Oh yeah, sounded like I just heard something metal fall in there too. Oof, that's hot. Nice. I'm afraid to stick my finger in there. Oh yeah, I'm feeling some chunks. That's not good. Oops, just dropped it. The hell's that? I know, I got oil on my hands. Boogity, boogity, boogity. I don't know what that is, but that's probably not good. I'm glad I heated that up, because when I opened this before, that metal stuff didn't come out, so it was definitely just stuck in the sludge in the bottom there. But let's clean it up and inspect and try to figure out what it is. Alright. Probably always hear my pet crow in the background. He's talking to the rest of the birds. I have, it kind of looks like a piston ring, but I'm going to assume it's an axle shim or some kind of shim. I mean, a gear shim or something. I'm going to send it over to JC Smith and see what he thinks. Alright guys, well, just got off the phone with JC Smith, and he said that's definitely not good. So, he said take it apart. So I'm going to have to pull the axles on this and take that third member out. And that is not going to be fun. So I either got to get a U-joint puller of the press, or I got to get a bottle jack. He said just get a bottle jack, it's a lot cheaper. So I'm going to have to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to fill that rear back up. And we're going to get this truck moving, so at least I can get it over to the garage. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, just running out. Took every bit of that 5 gallons. But I don't think it matters anyways. It's coming right back out. But at least now I can move it. Hopefully, if the rear end even works. Which I think it does. It's just bad luck. But alright, get the plug back in and then move on to the battery terminals. Alright, I just did this side. Came out good. Got my end here. And what I did, I stuck flux and solder down inside the connector, and I shoved it on there, and then I heated up the connector and it soldered itself on there. That's kind of like how the connectors work. The other ones I have anyways, just the solder's in them and then you just heat them up. I don't know if I really don't know what the right way is to do this. I guess solder from the outside, but I think I'd rather have the solder on the inside and get a good connection. I don't know. I'm sure some of you will have something to say about that, but that's what I'm going to do. Alright, got my ends on, taped up, and painted this the positive red so you can't screw it up. And look what the Amazon man just dropped. Oh, wow, that's great. The Amazon man just dropped off. Cummins beige. So now when I get the engine cleaned up, I can touch up the paint. Alright, I'm in here working on the truck, and as you can see, this universal here is supposed to move, and it doesn't. It seized, so gonna have to fix that. I got the torches in here, and I'm gonna heat it up. Alright, got it freed up. Now I gotta get it loose. I'll spray some PB Blaster on it once it gets Woo, that's a lot of play. Alright. The power switch for the... Let me shut this off. The power switch for the shutoff solenoid, there's no power going to either the wire that was there and or the old wire. So there's a nice little thing that says, or a little switch here that says horn. So I disconnected the horn, unplugged it, and plugged in the wire. You see our top-down tester just kicked on. So we're going to use the horn switch that didn't, or the horn's not working anyways, and just run it to the power for the solenoid. And then that'll be our on-off switch. So I listened to you guys. Told me to truck her up, so I got some better shoes. I know that'll make some of you real happy. Plus, I can't drive Jolly Green with Crocs on. That would just be wrong. My rubber grommets haven't showed up for the grill yet, so that kind of sucks. But, alright. We're going to start this old girl up. We're going to check for leaks, make sure it builds oil pressure, because I haven't started it. And then we'll probably try to move it. Alright guys, here we go. Fired right up. Oil pressure coming. Alright, got pressure. Just getting the prime, so come on, baby. Oh shit, I can't reach it. Get up in there. Nope. I think she lost prime. It's got a filter in it. Alright, running good now. It just that blockage came back to haunt us, but I sat there with the air compressor, probably ran two tanks through the thing, pushing it out, so it must be good now. Not liking that too much, but not much I can do. I twisted in that bypass to make it run. Now I'm gonna hook it, or now it's hooked back up, so I'm gonna flip the switch and hopefully it'll run. I'm gonna lower the cab now. Alright guys, I cannot... Good news is the thing runs like a top and it turns on and shuts off no problem. Bad news is I cannot get that transmission to go into gear. It'll, like say, left to right, like if it was a stick on top. It'll go this way, but it won't go forward and back. Which means the shift forks aren't, it's not sliding. either forward or back. So, and there's no way it's the linkage, because the linkage is all, you know, it's kind of loose like a cabover would be. And so I don't know what to do besides take this top box off with the shift fork, should be there, and see what the deal is. Maybe some water got in there and seized it up. But I mean, I didn't see any chunks when I drained the fluid in this transmission. None whatsoever. So I doubt it's bad. It's just something going on here. So next thing I'm going to do, I mean, I put a wrench on that too to see if I can get it to move, and it just will not. And I don't want to force it and break something. So I'm going to take this cover off and see what I can see. That's a slight water problem. That really sucks. So I think I'm going to end up taking this whole cover off. Flip it over and see what it looks like. Oh. Ended up taking the whole top off. And slides actually aren't that bad. They were actually loose on the truck. I can move them. You can see them like they do move. The problem is springs go in here, and there's little ball bearings in the bottom. And the ball bearings, you can see them in there. They are completely seized. So there's a notch in these, and then the ball bearing rides in it with the spring so it doesn't move. You know, it kind of locks into place, and then it'll, you know, the spring will move, and then you can slide it. Well, it will not slide at all. So, and I'm actually glad I took this off, because then I can reseal it, and I'll clean this all up. But everything else looks okay. I didn't see anything broken in there. The gears look good. So I'm going to probably just tap these with a hammer, and then the ball bearings will probably come flying out. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, got this old reverse light sensor here. I loosened up and got out, and then I got this breather that was completely plugged. So I got that loose so I can buy a new one. What I learned is that there's this actuator here, and that actuator keeps this truck from going into gear. I believe it's still builds up pressure, which this truck had. The problem was that the little actuator right there was seized, so it wasn't letting the transmission go into gear. On top of, I mean, those balls were definitely seized in there. The springs and everything were all crusty. So I think a combination of the both is the reason this thing wasn't doing anything. So now I'm going to put it all back together. Okay. All back together. 2 broken air fittings, 2 broken bolts. I spared you all that so you didn't have to. This video is getting super long. I already know it. So let's start her up and I try to move it. Gotta let it build air. It must be in high gear because it hauled ass. Knob is in low though. I'll have to check out the airlines. Oh, hell yeah. Finally, I can end this video. Alright, now I got her back in here. I gotta clean up my giant mess. What do you guys think I paid for this old girl? Now that it runs and drives, I don't mind telling you. But curious to know what you guys think, but it's kind of too late for that because I'm going to tell you. But I don't know, what do you think? 10,000? 8,000? 7,000? 6,000? 5,000? 4,000? $3,000 is what I paid for this truck. I actually offered $2,500, and to be honest, I wish I got it for $2,500 because everything needs to be touched. And that's one thing you guys, I never figured buying a big truck, because I always buy small trucks, that when you get into these things, everything is at least, well, this is an older truck, so everything is at least triple what a pickup truck costs, at least. And I can only imagine what the new trucks must be. It must be insane. But yeah, it's good deal. I'm happy with it, very happy with it. But it's, it takes a lot of money. But trucks are made to make a lot of money, so it's not the end of the world. And I have the ad. I'll put the ad up right now to prove it. Okay. So yeah, not a bad deal. You guys comment down below and you tell me what you think about it. Knowing what you guys know, because I didn't hide nothing. You tell me if I got a good deal or not. Also, this Michelin XZE2 was $660, mounted and everything. JC Smith told me to do it myself, and the next one I'm probably going to do myself, but I wanted to just, I guess I got to sit there and watch him do it, so now I'm a little more educated on big tires. What else? The oil, each gallon of oil was $16.99. The filters, I think, were probably $30 for the pair. I don't even remember. Probably not that much. Transmission oil. That 5-gallon pail of Delvac is, that 40 weight is $300. $297 for that 5-gallon pail. And I'm probably going to have to change it again shortly. So that hurts. Rear end fluid. Those other Delvac ones are $200 a piece for the rears. I didn't buy them. I used 80W90 from Tractor Supply, just whatever I can buy. It was $55 for the gallon, and I just threw it in there because we're going to be taking that apart because that's definitely an issue. What else did I spend money on? Oh, towing it home. I gave my buddy $200 plus some Ford rims I had laying here, so that was a good deal, obviously. But what else? Oh, the batteries. These were $89.99 a piece. You see how good it turns over on 2 batteries too? Thing whirls over. So it was definitely those connections and definitely the cables. I am going to buy 2 more though, so wintertime this thing will actually start. And I think that's about it for now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Jolly Green Giant. Real quick, just a couple new channels that I'm watching. One of them's Peterbilt Mike. If you guys watch him, he's a good time. I like watching him. He's pretty funny, and he's got a Kenworth cabover. So if you guys don't know him, go over, give him subscribe to him, and check out his Kenworth. It's an Aerodyne, so it's got the big top on it. Easy Rider 359, really good channel. This guy works on big trucks, and I'm pretty sure he has a video for everything. So definitely go check him out. I'm sure you are subscribed to him because every big truck guy is probably subscribed to him. Hodgepodge Dodge Garage. Where the hell is your videos, buddy? Another really good channel, Hodgepodge Dodge Garage. Also a friend of the channel. Go check him out if you aren't already. Subscribe to him. And obviously, my big truck mentor, JC Smith Projects. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, you need to. Also, I want to give a shout out to the following countries: the Czech Republic, Italy, Germany, UK, India, Canada. Obviously, that's like extended United States. So everyone, we're all the same. Philippines, Jamaica, Holland, and of course Australia is always on there somewhere. New Zealand and Australia. But yeah, if I missed any of your guys' countries, comment down below, and I'll give you a shout out in the next video. But until next time, guys. Oh, go follow me on Instagram, Not For Hire Square Body, Facebook, Not For Hire Square Body. You can go on notforhiresquarebody.com and there's only a few stickers left, but you can get some stickers, support the channel. And yeah, that's it, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching.